Welcome to No Man's Sky Permadeath mode, and here we are, guys. We are up on a space station in a new system in a new galaxy. I'm just going to launch out because I want to talk about a couple of things while we're actually opening up this part. And wow, what can I say, guys? In the last part we used a portal to effectively jump 700,000 light years, and then a little bit of a dodge of going back through the portal to get back to my base, and then actually use the teleporter to teleport to the system, well, close to the center of the galaxy. And then we did a couple of quick jumps, and then I came through the center of the galaxy, and we are in this new galaxy called the Kiko Goal system, whatever that is. I think that's the nearest I can get as pronunciation. And what I want to do before we do anything, guys, obviously I think you would have to be living under a rock in the last week if you didn't get hooked up into the big hype train that was triggered by Waking Titan waking up effectively, well, a week ago on the, I think it was the 27th of March 2018 if you're watching this in the future. And that all built up during the week to a lot of people suddenly jump into the conclusion that the update will land at 11 AM British summer time on the Thursday the 29th of March. And of course that didn't happen. In fact, what we got instead was a message from Sean Murray, and I think it was in the form of a tweet, effectively giving us some information on the new update, is probably the polite way of saying it. And well, I think some people were a little bit let down, but I think this is the problem that No Man's Sky suffers with, that it always seems to attract a massive hype train which builds everyone's expectations up, and then of course no matter what they deliver, there's always going to be a percentage that's going to be disappointed. And I thought what I'm going to do at the part of this video is I'm just going to talk about that message and just give you guys, well, my impressions of the message, because a lot of people say there was a teaser trailer. Well, to be honest, to me it was more like an animated message rather than teaser training, because it tells you absolutely nothing about what the update will have. And well, I'm going to have a bit more to say about what I think the update will have in a little bit later on, but we're going to kind of start from the top. As I said, Sean Murray released a tweet, and in it he basically said that the update is coming and it's going to arrive in summer. Well, oh, didn't land, okay. Yeah, that it is going to land in the summer of 2018, which is going to be in about 3 or 4 months time. For any of you guys not familiar with the definition of summer in this country, because we have a pretty wet, miserable summer most summers anyway. Sorry, apologise for any of you guys who live in the UK. I think you're familiar with what I'm saying. Is summer in this country officially runs from the, I think it's the 1st of June to, I think it's the end of September. So what you're talking about is that what the Hello Games are saying is that this update will arrive sometime between that period, and that immediately triggered some speculation similar to last year that it was going to coincide with the anniversary date of when the game was actually launched. Now, I personally don't hold much stock with that. I got a feeling that after the release, well, the original release, and I think when the Atlas Rises release came out, so there's a predator there killing things, came out, I think the update is going to come out when it is ready, and that will be sometime during the summer. But if I had to speculate, guys, I would probably say that it's probably going to be more chance of it coming out in the first, say between June and August, than late August going into September. But I do firmly believe that it will be delivered when it's ready, and I think that's all I'm really going to say on that matter. And the next thing is the fact that people are already saying that the update is called Next, and I think it is going to be the next update. And I think if my next comment may make sense to any of you guys who understand a little bit about the British sense of humour. And I also work in the IT industry, so I've got a feeling that when this is a kind of a product of someone saying, well, what we're going to call the next update, and somebody just turning around in the office saying, well, this is the next update, and that's where I think the name probably came from. I don't know if that's a predator or not, but it's dead. Okay, return to mission. So he obviously killed a predator. I think we're just going to save there. Yeah. So I wouldn't read too much into the name that it's given. In fact, the fact that it's called Next. I mean, it could be Next Generation, which then leads into something else I'm going to talk about. But to be honest, I think it could be just a touch of our slightly strange British sense of humour. That's the name covered, and of course the big reveal that they did make is the fact that it's going to come out on Xbox One. Now, to me, I can read two things into that. One is that I think Hello Games have probably renegotiated the agreement they had with Sony. Oh great, we've got weather coming, so I'm just going to hide inside the abandoned building. We're probably going to get zapped by that thing up there. Yeah, I think they've probably renegotiated the terms of the conditions that they had with Sony, which sits at the root cause of why they had so many problems with the initial release, and the fact that I'm pretty sure it was Sony who pushed them into releasing a game earlier than they would wanted to do, because I don't think it was ready. So decisions were made to drop functionality simply because of marketing pressure. And so I think in some ways that to me indicates that Hello Games have got back control over when they release updates. So I think that's one element of the announcement, and the other one is the fact that coming out on the Xbox is an indication that what we might be able to expect is a substantial improvement in graphics. Something creeping up, trying to creep up on me over here. Okay, we're getting out in a storm here. I might end up dying if I'm not careful. Sorry guys for the break in the conversation. I think we can use that. Just gonna have to walk around. Maybe if I can find a cave. We may have to use a traditional cave. Then again, I can always jump back in the ship. Anyway guys, so that's another thing that I'm reading into the fact that they're going on to the Xbox. I think we probably can expect in the next update that there will be a little bit of a hype in the I think I'll take off actually, and we'll go to the trading station. Yeah, I think we can expect a little bit of a hype in the graphics quality of the game. Yeah, so let's just get up into space. So I think that's something else that we can expect from it. And oops, no, just get up into space. Yeah, so that's something else that we can do. And then I'm just going to go on to the final part, which is on the bottom of the teaser trailer, whatever you want to call it, there's a fairly cryptic actual statement, and it says that the update will be available for existing players for free. And if you actually think about that, guys, you think, well, updates normally are free unless it's a paid DLC, and Hello Games have made a commitment to actually always providing free updates. So it makes you kind of wonder, I wonder what those blue lights are down there. Maybe it's just an occlusion. Anyway guys, so, and I was sat thinking at that when I first read it, and I kind of thought, what does that actually mean? Because in some ways it's a contradiction. That, I mean, if the updates are free, why are they saying that this update will be free to all existing players? Oh, go away! I don't want to. Let's fight a battle. I suppose we're in the right ship for it. So, okay. So, where are you? There. So they're coming in there. Yep. Okay, let's just kill this guy. Get rid of this Yozo. Go on, out the way, out the way. And then I'll get back to what I was going to say, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Gotcha. Yeah, so I was kind of thinking about what that statement means, and it actually brought back into mind something that happened a few years ago. And for any of you guys who are not familiar with the story, I'll just give you a little bit of background. Now, if you follow the channel, you'll be aware that I actually play Total War. And when Rome 2 was launched, it was a disaster. I mean, there's no point pretending otherwise. It was full of bugs, it was barely playable. And CA went through a whole series of trying to fix the game with patches. And I think, and again, because I work in the IT industry, I actually know the thought process that you get to a point with a piece of software where you think, well, I can't do any more with it. And that's when you think, well, I still want to deliver something of this software, but you've got to go back to the drawing board and start again. And this is what I think that message implies. Now, I'm going to say, guys, this is my pure speculation. I would not be surprised that when this update drops, it is not going to be an update that is going to be applied to the current game. I'm prepared to give a pretty good guess that it's actually going to be No Man's Sky 2. And I think similar to the way CA dealt with the problem was that they released what was called the Rome 2 Emperor Edition, which was effectively a complete rework of the game from the base upwards, and it was released as a new game, but it was available to all people who owned the previous version of Rome 2. And I've got a feeling that that's what's going to happen when this update comes out, that Hello Games are going to launch this update as a completely new game on Steam, and it will be made available for free for all of us who've currently got a version of No Man's Sky. And then that actually makes the statement true, because if somebody suddenly decides that they want to play that game, they're going to have to purchase it like they would the game from scratch. So that's what I actually feel is going to happen. The update is going to drop. It'll be a completely new format game, and if you think about it, guys, especially for all you guys who are fans of multiplayer and you want to see an avatar, that may be the only way they can actually integrate that into the current game. There's no way they can change the current game, keep it save game compatible and all the features, without actually going back and completely revamping the internal gaming engine and reworking all the graphics. So I've got a feeling that's what's going to happen, guys. Now, to me, if that is true, again, I'm going to emphasize, guys, this is my pure speculation on from looking at that statement. Now, I've got no inside knowledge, I've got no formal contact with Hello Games, so I'm not leaking anything. This is just my pure speculation. To me, that would give me very, very mixed feelings, because yes, I'll be really excited about getting something new with lots and lots of functionality, but at the same time it means that, well, I've got over 200 hours invested in this playthrough, and if I've got to drop that, well, it will be a very, very difficult decision, I think, and there's no point pretending otherwise. But of course I will want to play the new game. Or the alternative is that if it is two separate games, I may keep this series going on this version and then start a new version on the new game when it comes out. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it. The only other thing I will say to round this up before we actually do some proper gameplay, because I've kind of talked a lot longer than I originally planned, is that I think the indicator for when this update's going to come is that Waking Titan will wake up again. I think after this kind of update, I think Waking Titan is going to go back to sleep again like it did in January, and then I think what will happen is that when the update is ready, Waking Titan's going to wake up, and I've got a feeling that there might be a tie-in to the Atlas V4 passes, and I've also got a feeling that part of Waking Titan running up to the update will be us having an input into how maybe the new update will be structured. So I think that's about it, guys. I think we're going to get back now to actually playing the game. So if any of you guys dropped in just to listen to that overview, I think that's the end now, guys. Let's get back on where I am, and we're just going to scan all the planets in this system. I mean, this is quite a good system, guys. So I do want to explore it a little bit. I'm not going to build a base. I was kind of thinking about this on preparation, and I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm not going to rush into building a base. I'm going to be slightly nomadic for a little while. I've got my base there. We've got a lush planet there. Let's go check that out. That I'm going to be quite happy just to be a bit nomadic for a few parts, move forward, explore the systems. As I say, I've got my farm up on my freighter now, so I can still grow plants, get some cash, and I've still got some resources left over from taking my old base apart. And it spins back to a comment, and apologies, I can't remember who made this comment. I think it was Snafu. Apologies if I got it wrong. Who said about the economy that there's a way that you can actually make money by choosing a system to settle in as your home base, and a system with a good economy. So I think there's a lot more to think about when you're going to choose a system to settle down in. Obviously you want a system that's got a cool looking base, because obviously that's a key requirement, but at the same time you want a system that has the necessary planets so that you can put down the auto miners to get radium, sulfurine, and I think is it nitrogen. And now you also want a system that's got an economy that's got a premium perk for one of the advanced items, and so that means that if you go off and find those items in another system and can buy them cheaper, it means you can then come back to your home system and actually sell them for a profit. So just a mine area there. Okay, wow, actually I just had a thought, guys. Wow, we got abandoned planets everywhere. Let's find the... Oops, no. Where is the space station? There it is. I think we're going to do some missions. I mean, I've got my base there, but I'm not going to visit it very often. And I'm definitely not going to build it up. That base there is just simply so that I could clear the base that I took in order to move my ship in the previous galaxy. So let's just get into the space station. I think we'll grab a mission, and then that will give us a bit of focus for this part. I'm probably not going to do it overly long, guys, because it's Easter and I actually got house guests at the moment. This is why I'm actually recording this at 1 o'clock in the morning. And again, I apologise for any guys who've watched other content. For the next few days my content is going to be a little bit erratic, simply because it's going to be quite difficult for me to record and edit, because I've got to be sociable based on instructions by my wife. Anyway, that's my problem, not your problem, guys. Okay, here we are, guys. We're in now. Look, yeah, we're getting through quite a lot of iron in here. Oh, the other thing I've also done, guys, is I've also, off camera, I repaired all my multi-tools, all fully repaired now, and all my exosuit. The one thing that isn't repaired, let's just talk about this, guys, actually, is the fact that in order to repair this, you've got to redo all the globes right from scratch. You can see I've actually got here, so if I actually come here, guys, just to show you, this is the englobed shade. It's a little bit of a pain in the neck, actually, to be honest. I can find it. Englobed shade. Find it. Englobed shade. So we actually need nickel. Oh, we're not on the freighter. Yeah, so you've literally got to go all the way through the process just to repair that. So for all intents and purposes, you've just got, if this gets damaged going through the center of the galaxy, you've effectively got to redo it all the way from scratch. So if you want to move it, after, once it gets damaged on the, after going from the galaxy, so if you've put it in the wrong place, that would be a very, very good time to actually move it, but I'm quite happy where that is actually located. So, and I think what I will probably do is, well, I'm not sure if I got all the resources to actually do that, guys. Anyway, oh, I can hand in a mission as well. Okay, the long distance consignment, hunt pirates, locate missing person. I think we'll do collect an item. Okay, we'll accept that and see where it sends us. And let's see. I think we can hand a mission in. What was that? Wow. I think killing that predatory creature is just okay. Obviously I had a lot of missions to kill a predatory creature. So that little bit of bombarding during the introduction. So we got 5 semiconductors, so that's useful. Okay. Now I'm a bit worried about the next mission because we got there, so I think what I'm going to do is let's have a quick look here. I think this can go to the starship and that to the starship. And yes guys, I've started to get back into the habit of storing Mordite in my high capacity suit again. Right. Let's just I just feel that I'm going to be quite happy to have some of that stacked away in there. So standard mission, let's get another 5. Okay, let's just risk it, guys. Wow. That's and again, we're just going to send those up. That is definitely worth doing. That's going to make quite a big difference to my advanced manufacturing. I think semiconductor, just to have a quick check, guys. Yeah, ammonium salts. I think ammonium salts is from nitrogen. Oh, it's maybe not quite as good as I thought it was going to be. Okay, got a quick look. Yep, nitrogen. Okay, never mind. Let's say me having to go and harvest a lot of carbon. So I think we'll just go and collect that item, and that will give us a reason. I mean, it's going to put us down on a wow. I think I've got a few promotions from that as well. Okay. Right, this just keeps on telling me to build something for the warp freighter. Okay. It's just log extermination, valuable long distance consignment. Okay. Well, obviously I cleared a lot of missions with that. Long distance consignment, harvest selenium. Okay, we're going to need to get to the... Where's my freighter? So we're going to have to go and get some selenium. In fact, that'd be a good way to drop off. Freighter, where are you? For art thou? Wow, you're a bit of a long way away, but never mind. Yeah, we can get... Well, a bit of copper. Never mind. That's the other thing I've noticed while I was stooging around a little bit before making this recording. There's a lot of very rich asteroids in this system as well. I think I've been able to get both, well, I've now got copper, but I've also been able to get iridium and nickel from this system. I mean, I don't know what type of galaxy it is, because I did look up on the web page for the galaxy, but there isn't very much information on it. But people have been through here, so... And in theory, this is Champagne. That should be Trusty Steed 2. And this should be Advanced Manufacturing. This is Appaloosa. Right. You can see we've already got quite a few in here, so it's just gonna... just going to send this to the ship. We got loads and loads of stuff all stashed up in here now. I probably don't need to use it, but in fact what I'll probably do is move some of this stuff out of it so I've got a bit more production space. I think the other thing I will do, just again just to demonstrate to you guys, if I come in here, what was it now I needed? We need to get right to the end in globe, so we need 200 nickel. So if I come here, yeah, we've got plenty of nickel, so that can come back to the exosuit. I'm just gonna come here, and there it is. And now we need the nanosphere. Need 200 aluminium now, so that can back to the freighter. You can see it's a little bit of a tedious process, guys, to do this, but I'll just do a couple just to show you guys. I mean, it's, as I say, it is very reminiscent of actually having to do this when you actually first construct it. Right, dark matter, well, we'll do Dawn's End, because we obviously had the gold stashed in here somewhere. I don't know where it was, but oh, because it was in the starship. I had gold stashed in here. Dawn's End, got jade. That one's there. Over modified. Okay. Need Heart of the Sun. Okay. Well, that's the starting one. To start this process off, you start with this one, captured nanode. Stable drill. Okay, nothing here. Okay. That's Heart of the Sun. That needs. So that needs nanite, 200 nanites. That needs that one, which needs Nova Reclement. Late phase. Okay. There it is there. So we need 200 emerald to make it into photic jade. And then this one needs somatogen, and I've dumped all the somatogen, so I'm not going to be able to finish it all off in this part or any future, because as part of taking my base apart, I actually dumped a lot of some of the more exotic elements. So that'd be something to do in the future parts, guys, is actually going and finding some somatogen, because I needed the space in my vaults. Anyway, I'm just going to go and grab some selenium. I think I've got plenty of it stashed away. Probably got enough here. 50. Okay, well, we can just grab the rest of it while we're at it. I'm not going to harvest everything out of here. I'm not going to be too obsessed. I'm going to be quite happy just to harvest as and when I need it. There's my ship. Right, there it is. Right, let's just fly through. Knock out some of these asteroids on the way through. Ah, it's a base. It's an elevated trading base. Okay. Well, we'll see what this planet's like. So we're on a nuclear planet. Irradiated storms, limited, bountiful, moderate. Okay. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Pressed the wrong button. this on the way through. Right, let's just go and drop this off, and maybe we'll have a chat with these for happy-go-lucky Vakeens. We may actually get ourselves a multi-tool here, guys, actually, come to think of it. Access granted. You have access to the client's lockbox. Deliver 50. Oh, it's only 50. Oh, well, never mind. I thought it was 200. Never mind. And of course, we're going to check the trading station. Yeah, we'll do that later on. Sell off a few items. Okay. Sell the Corvax Cube and the Gagraph. Okay. And this is what I was talking about earlier on, and this is what the comment was about, is that, say here, it says decrypted data sell plus 95%. So it looks like this might be a good system to actually sell some rare stuff in. If you can get that, well, all you got to do then is find these at a cheaper price somewhere else, and you'll be looking good. Okay, let's just have a quick look, see what we can buy. There's an optical soothe, self-repair, and 5-dimensional tourist. Of course, I've actually got something I need to buy, haven't I, as well, if I remember correctly. And is it something frictionless piston or something, if I remember correctly. So anyway, that's something to look at, guys. Let's have a quick chat with these. Hello, handsome, deaf, joyful warrior. You're a joyful warrior. The warrior seems less aggressive than I might expect. Lips curl over their teeth as they taste my scent. Okay. See, this is what I was saying about with the Vakeen. So if I had Mordite, I may have been able to. My officer gives me a package in return. 1 night crystal. Okay. Is that worth 1,000? I command insist warrior, pathetic interloper. That's more like the Vakeen I know. Ackles rises. Ask for directions. There we are. Captain Larix asked me directions to a place of interest. Operations Center. Okay. I mean, it'd be really cool if they do introduce avatars. I know, sorry, I said I wouldn't speculate, but it'd be really nice if they introduced a new race, and that new race was maybe the Traveller, who the players is probably the correct best way to explain it, guys. It'd be really cool, guys, if the next race is actually the players, and we can have avatars based on the Traveller. I'd certainly have the one that looks a bit like a lion. Anyway, that's off planet. Okay, so we're going off planet, guys. Okay. Wow, I can pulse jet close to the surface. Okay, where are we going? Wow, we're certainly getting around in this system, if nothing else. Okay. I think that can go to the freighter. Nice big target. And oh yeah, one other thing that I'll talk about, what choking sandstorms. Wow. Is that somebody passed a comment asking me about, I think, is it Ray Rod's mod, and why I don't use it. The main reason I don't actually like to use mods, guys, is I quite like playing games in their, what you can sort of their actual form. I mean, I do use mods in some games, and of course that's a bit of a contradiction in the sense that I obviously play Divinity et Impera, which is a complete overhaul mod, but I think with No Man's Sky I'm quite happy just to stay true to the original game. Yeah, so I'm quite happy from that perspective. Okay, weapons, starship. Interface for the security has turned the screen static. I hardly make out anything beyond a few words. If I work out what workflow has been scrambled, I can restore it. So, It says weapons, starship. I think it's going to be a photon cannon, isn't it? And that's the reason why I'm not playing the mod. Plus, I think that the other problem with games like No Man's Sky is that because you can't have multiple games, because as I say, if I play with mods in Total War, I repair needed. Yeah, well, I can fiddle it by using save games, so I can play the vanilla game and I can play in the modded game. I mean, it does take. I'm not going to go through all that message, guys. Where I think the trouble with No Man's Sky, because of the limitations on the save games, it's a bit more difficult. I think if you're going to play something like Ray Rod's mod, you've got to commit completely to that mod, and that's something I don't particularly want to do. Anyway, back on what we're doing, guys. Sorry I keep deviating. Oh, we've got an encyclopedia here. The keen word for offending. No, you better not offend the... we got a little bit more standing. Yeah, certainly don't want to offend the Vikine. They're not the friendliest of people. Oh, we've got a 236 credits. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the situation. Right, just grab that. There's actually cactus flesh, chicken storm. Got another 3 species to find. Can we get another 3 species on here? Well, let's go walkabout, guys. Just to round this part off, if I need any iridium. I went through a lot of iridium when I was actually repairing. No, I think we got enough for the moment. That could go to the high capacity. That can go back. And of course we're going to have to find a system with the necessary bits and pieces on it, guys. I think I need a bit of platinum. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. Scan those. I think I've got loads of zinc, yeah. That we can afford to have a wander around. But nothing's coming up as a predator, so that's okay, that's fine. Any bases coming up on the horizon? Okay. I suppose we could grab a little bit of plutonium stuff and iron. There's something over there. Yeah. Right. Oh, great. May have to go to ground here, guys. Let's just get... grab some iron. No caves, okay. Oh, I think there's a... Oh, like a kind of... Is that a kind of cave? Wow, haha. Attacking me like that. Wow. Actually, is that... Yeah, I've got you. Yeah, it's just... While I'm standing here, admiring the... Grab a bit of marrow bulb. But I suppose we can pick up some iron in the process as well. Great. Hey. I was quite happily minding my own business and you guys came in and attacked me. I'm still in the middle of a storm. And then we're going to rush back up. Wow. Wait, it's good. Wow. Might be restarting the series anyway. Ah, that was close, guys. Okay, let's just go to the high capacity, and I'm just going to shove it. I know you guys are going to wince, but I'm just going to shove the pugnium in there for the moment. I know I can get more if I need it, but okay. I think the other thing I've noticed also, guys, is that this, with this broken, this actually seems to go down quicker. Now, I'm not saying that there's a relationship, but because this is related to this, it says here shield duration and charge capacity further improved, and this boosts this. With this broken, I've noticed that walking around now, this goes down quicker than it used to do before that is actually been repaired. So I don't know if there is a correlation between that and that. I mean, obviously it's something we can test once I've actually managed to get it fixed. Okay. Because I've just, believe it or not, it's only hours of the morning and someone's just poked their head round the door of the room to say, ask me what I'm doing. You would have thought everyone would be asleep, and it's only me crazy enough to be up and about this time of the morning. And someone's just said, oh, what are you doing? Anyway, guys, let's get back to the ship. Jump straight back into the ship. An interesting visit, if nothing else. Right, here we are, guys. We're coming up on the space station. Gonna shoot in here. Oh, I have checked the tech on this space station, and there's nothing. I've got everything, so I think that's about it. Actually, I've just had a thought, guys. Right, let's just cash the mission in. Because, of course, this is now my home system, isn't it? Okay. I've just had a thought, guys. An mission. Okay. Where did all this lot come from? I'm right, I'm not... No, hand in missions. Where did all this lot come from? I'm a bit confused here, guys. Okay. I thought I only had one outstanding mission. Okay. Alarming raid, hunt predatory creatures, jetile. Okay, made a bit more cash. Bold standoff and anite crusty creatures. Oh, what's the point? I've completed all my outstanding missions then. Okay. Because I've been scanning flora, haven't I? And scanning creatures. Okay. Standing with the Corvax is increased. And that's the one that we've just done. Okay. Wow. Browse missions. Collect an item, eliminate advanced sentinels, locate raid planetary depot. Okay. So I've got to check, guys. See, I must have had... Oh, I still got loads of them here. Okay, build warp reactor theta. I mean, I can't see the point of that one. Sentinel, eliminate planetary sentinels. I think these are the advanced ones. Track. Okay, I must have had loads of these missions then. To extermination sort. Okay. Got to kill 20 of that. Right, guys. The thought I suddenly had is that this is my home base. So I think what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to jump into the ship, jump into the freighter, and we're going to do a jump, guys. But we're not going to do one for distance. I think we're going to do one for just to find another system that we can explore, because this is going to be my home base system. So it's not like I'm going to lose this system, because until I actually remove the base or move the base to somewhere else, we can always come back here, can't we? So okay, right. A taste of Mordite. 2 out of 20 creatures. Captain Edrisk. You enjoying being in the new galaxy? My Corvex colleagues. Okay, here we are. Galactic core. I think we're... I think we can head for the Galactic core again. Okay. But what I'm looking for is a red system. An M5. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Oh yeah, this looks a bit more promising, guys. Perilous! Conflict level perilous. Okay, just for the fun of it, guys. We're going to go for conflict level perilous. Scientific, developing, 3 planets, 1 moon. I mean, if it's no good, guys, we'll just push off and go somewhere else. I mean, we are in a nomadic phase, so... There's the space station, so we're just going to nip across and shoot in here, guys. And as I say, just going to check any available tech, see if we got anything that's worth buying, check the missions, and then that will be it. Obviously, hello Mr. Corvax. No traveller hidden around the back here, nope, okay. That's shields at maximum. Okay, let's rattle through this. Trade for nanite clusters. Nope, I've got all the tech available. Okay, so that was a waste of time. And here we go, guys. Just a quick check of the missions. Missions. Collect an item, hunt predatory creatures. We're certainly going to take that. That's a good one shot. Hunt. Deliver an item. Raid a planetary harvester. Raid a planetary depot. Hunt dangerous pirates. Okay, so we're now up to level 6 missions. Okay, that's about it. Right, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. As I say, we will continue our exploration of this galaxy in the next part. And what I will say, guys, if you've got any opinions or feelings about the upcoming update, feel free to add a comment, and we will see how things develop. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.